So for any of you who watched my last video, you knew I was very sick, and I still am. Common cold lasts a long damn time, and I'm on day 5 right now, but I'm starting to get a little better. Really, mostly what I have right now is sinus pressure in my neck and in my face, and coughing. The coughing, it just won't stop. Anyway, I was supposed to do this for Monster Monday. And I watched it, and I couldn't review it. And blah, blah, blah. Here we are. Monster Wednesday. Whatever you want to call it. But I watched it. So let's talk about the damn thing. Now, Rec 2 is a pretty beloved sequel in the horror community. If you actually talk to people, at least in the circles I'm in, most adore this movie. Like, love it, love it. Like, think it's one of the best horror movies ever made. It's crazy how much people love this one. But then you go online and you look at the reviews, and they're not that favorable. They're like moderate. They're like, yeah, it was an alright sequel and this and that. I personally think this one is better than the original movie. The pacing is insane. It is just nonstop carnage, nonstop insanity. Reminds me a little bit of a movie called Hotel Inferno from Necrostorm. That's all POV, so as if you're in the person's ocular cavities and you're looking through their eyes, much like a hardcore Henry. But this one obviously is more found footage style. Now, the found footage in this movie just never feels believable. Not that it needs to. I don't give a shit at all. But there's just a few things that just don't make sense to me. Like, if they don't want anyone to really know what's going on in there, like, why would they let the cops in without prior knowledge? And even if they did, why would they let them wear cameras on their heads to record what they're trying to cover up? Or I guess, you know, they want it for research, and people record illegal bullshit all the time, and government cover-ups with evidence, and you're like, why would you keep evidence? Why would you even have it in the first place? But I'm not saying I'm not saying that's super unbelievable. It's just kind of like, just questions, I guess, when I was watching. But as far as the found footage elements went, yes, we get some head cam, which is what I would have expected most of the film to actually be through. But most of the film, I couldn't even figure. I didn't even know who the hell was filming. Now, I was pretty damn sick, but I was like, wait a minute, who's filming again right now? So it doesn't matter. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But that all being said, the kills, the scares, the ramping of everything throughout the film is just excellent. Like, this is what you want to do with a sequel. You know, just ramp things up to 11, but like stay at the heart of the original. Like, they brought back the same people, they brought back the same location, the continuity is great. It's a direct continuation, you know, starts right after the first one, and it's just a fantastic sequel. I mean, it really is. Like, so much so, as I said, I prefer it to the original. It's just a much more entertaining watch, for sure. Because the first one, although I enjoy the opening of the first one, because our main girl in that is a very attractive woman, and she's fun to watch, and her interactions with everyone are good, and it gets to the action pretty quick. But this one, man, it does not take a breath. It is just like, you're in it, let's go, it's over, wow, that all just happened. So anyway, and the demons. So this reminds me, you know, it's like in exorcism films when a Reagan character or anybody who's possessed, whether it be Emily Rose or, you know, Nell from The Last Exorcism, whatever character is possessed, they rarely show vulgar display of power, as Reagan says. And that kind of takes the fun out of things. Now, it works for those movies and the way they have them set up because they're not meant to be... Because this one's like an action film. Like, this is more action than horror. Well, no, I shouldn't say more than action than horror. But I would say it's probably just a 50-50 blend of, like, it's more action than the first. So it's like action like crazy. And there's a lot of gunplay in this, which I could see some horror fans being turned off to. A guy I know who runs a podcast, he hates anytime guns are brought into horror or any movie. He's just not a fan of gunplay in movies. Not because he has anything against it. He just thinks it's boring. And I don't get that. That's not me. So this totally works for me. But getting back to the whole Reagan thing and what I was getting at there, when those guys are in their beds, they're not all that intimidating outside of looking scary, right? They're not running around and killing people right and left and crawling up on the ceiling and, like, you know, they're not going hog wild. They're not biting people and turning them like zombies. Like these are demons. Like these, it reminds me, of course, of the movies, the Demon franchise, by Lamberto Bava. That's the kind of demonic possession that I like to see, just because we're not confined to a bed. We're not confined to a home where a priest comes in and is like trying to figure out whether or not they're like, no question, something's wrong. Nobody crawls on the freaking ceiling, you know. And then the creatures, like the creature at the end of the first one makes an appearance here again, and the creature design on that's great. The effects in this are great. The kills are great. It's just a solid ass movie all around. And this poor guy, Lara, he's like trying to protect that kid because the priest comes in, and he's there to, you know, try to sort shit out. He's responsible for some of this or all of this, or damn, I'm trying to piece together if he's the dude who originally kidnapped the girl and was the one who had the penthouse in the first place. I don't know. As I said, I was really fucking sick. So I was like trying to pay attention. I only seen this one other time. It was many years ago. So fill me in on that one. Unfortunately, you're not going to get the best of reviews right now because of obvious reasons, but you know, doing my best here, people. And shit, man, this is my writing when I'm sick too. Oh, these kids. So we get the body falling through the stairwell there, which is great, and then they look down and the kids are looking up at them, very reminiscent of the first movie when they look down and all the demons are looking back up at them. And then we switch over to their story, and then it starts back at the beginning and then works its way to where it meets up with the storyline as we last saw it. And I mean, what kids want to break into a quarantined building? Like, I know that there's some bold kids, there's some rebellious children out there. I guess they're not really kids, but, you know, like, I guess I don't know. What age do you think those guys are? 16 to 20? No, maybe not 20. I'm trying to picture them in my head. They're probably late teens, but whatever. What kind of person breaks into a quarantined building for thrills? Just to look around and come on, what? No way. And yeah, I mean, the demons, aka zombies, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing in this. They change so fast after being bit. Holy hell. And yeah, Angelique shows up out of nowhere, which was great. You kind of expected it. A little bit, just at least seeing her body or her possessed, like, you know, as a demon zombie thing. You had a feeling with everyone back, with the continuity the way it was, with all these characters, that you were gonna get her. I didn't really look at the zombies well enough, and I don't know the first movie well enough to know if the demons, the zombies in the movie, we'll just call them demons, are the actors from the first movie. If they are, that's an incredible attention to detail, and I would be really blown away by that. I doubt it, but that'd be super cool. So let me know if that's what happened. That would give me even a bigger thumbs up for me. And when they're hiding from the monster up in the penthouse, and it's all in pitch blackness, and it's like sniffing around, and then the guy's radio goes off, and then Angela goes over and blows its head off. How did she see where its head was to even pull the trigger? Who cares? It's a cool sequence. It's yet another great kill. That thing couldn't die soon enough, man. It was so terrifying. It was so damn scary looking. So I was like, yes, kill that freaky ass thing. And then the big twist, and I don't know, maybe this won't work for some people. Maybe, when you bring back original characters from the first and then you put some big twist on them, some people are less than favorable about that. So Angela actually being the possessed one here who took over, she had like a worm pass through her throat, and she became this creature thing. And she can even imitate voices. She's like, "How's Wolfie?" Your foster parents are dead. But yeah, I mean, this demon is, now that it's transferred over Angela's body, it's able to keep a normal appearance, and it's able to also be very cunning and deceptive, and be able to fake voices, and is very aware of exactly what to say and whatnot when she's on the talkie and all that such. So yeah, I mean, I would assume she's the final phase of whatever this demon wants, and then all the other ones are like little halflings or something, and little spawns of this ultimate being. I will be curious to see where Angela shows up and what she's doing in the fourth movie, because I don't remember that movie like at all. So I will look forward to getting to that one soon enough and see where it's all heading. So yeah, fill in the blanks for me. I can't catch absolutely everything in every movie. I watch too many damn movies, so I try to pay attention the best I can. Yeah, is that the guy who started the shit in the penthouse? Are those the actors from the original film? Stuff like that. Let me know. And if for some reason you haven't seen the sequel because you've heard something negative or something, it's freaking great sequel. So check it out. Anyway, guys, adios.